Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I
forgot we had two people that make music on this week. First week was very low energy.
What? That's because I was not here yet. It's time to turn this bitch up.
All right. Well, are we ready?
I think so.
You post your story?
Wait, no. I can't post a
This looks sick.
We got the celebrities
Dude,
on. Look
this
at the
man. What is his
celebrities
name?
just sitting here on their phone.
Jason.
No.
Whoa. No,
that's
take it
good.
back out top down. No. Yeah. Okay. I was like, wait. Yeah.
okay.
No, whoa. Let's just do it at the same time since that's so bad. When you put your phone away, it looks crazy. No. And welcome back to the Can't Talk I'm Creating
I was
podcast.
gonna say, you're saying, Ladies Always Win podcast.
No,
I'm your host,
my brain was like, doot.
All right.
So our
we're
guy
good?
Jason, can we name him that? His name's Jason, yeah.
Why are we naming him Jason?
He just looks like a Jason.
What?
Mason, what
First of all, shout out to the limited edition law hat. Can't get those anymore, guys. Gone. But Jason has one. I don't know how. He must have bought one.
I don't know how I feel about. I don't know how I feel about Jason. I can't lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yo,
you
the
can't
Jason
just say.
mask? No,
Can't
that's kind of
just-
crazy.
you were-
That's a little wild.
We're gonna put up on the story. Steve just had the idea. We're gonna put on the story. Let's see what people want to say.
Wait, what do you think his name should
I mean,
be?
comment
I think it
on
should
this
be
video.
Spanish, just in honor of Jose, but that's just my opinion.
Whoa! What? Why does the mannequin have to be in honor to Jose?
I don't know. I just wanted.
Why does he have to have a human name?
That's a great.
What's
can't-
it? What's it?
Why can't
What-
his name be
all
like
right.
Waffles or something?
I was gonna say, what's a non-human name?
Waffles.
like that.
See, man, Waffles. Like,
Jason Waffles?
Here we go. This is good. Here we go.
Jason Waffles
He's
changed.
got two names already.
Jason
Two.
Waffle. Now he's got.
Jason
Change.
Jose Waffles.
But it's not gonna be Jose.
Well, no, we
It's
can't
gotta
name him
be-
Jose. We already have a Jose.
No,
All right,
like,
so
like,
Jason-
it's gotta
oh,
be
something
like
Spanish because he's
like
Wait,
Spanish.
what's the
Jorge.
Spanish?
Jason?
What's the
No,
Spanish
not
way to say
Jorge.
Jason?
Huh?
Jason.
I don't
I
think.
made that up.
I think that might have been
Jason.
racist.
No.
You can't just add yo at the end.
No, that's the accent. Wait, what is it?
Jason.
Jason?
Oh,
I think it's Jason.
What's Jason in Spanish?
Jason Waffles. Oh, it's
Not
crazy.
my fellas.
No, Waffles.
How do you say the name Jason in Spanish? Yeah, it's just Jason.
Jason.
No, it's
What? The accent. Wait, how did you
Jacito.
say?
I
You
don't think
made some
names.
shit
I don't
up.
think
Jasonito.
Jason's really.
Jason.
I think
That's
that's,
just my
I think that's just a
Spanish
different name.
Jasonito?
JW?
Jasonito. Bro, when I was
JW?
young.
I don't know.
I think names don't have like
Bro.
Spanish versions
Yes,
of
they
Yes,
them.
they
do.
do.
When
They
I
do.
was little
Esteban
and I was in
is my
Spanish
name in
class, they
Spanish.
added an ito at the end of everybody's
Nah,
name.
that's some Wizards of Waverly
And
Place
Ethan.
shit. Nah.
It is.
Nah.
Wait,
I
what did
remember
you say?
that.
Bro, comment under this video if you've ever had to add the ito at the end of a name.
Oh wait,
In
maybe.
Spanish
Oh
class.
yeah, in French class because depending on like what
Jasonito.
vowel or
I
some
don't
shit
think it
ended
just-
with, it like
Jasonito, Jasonita.
That's
Well, not
the
Jasonita.
The
that's the
female.
feminine. Wait, I never actually posted.
You know, name your
this.
daughter Jason.
Jessica.
Jacito
mean-
Waffles.
I kind of like that.
Jacito.
Waffles. We're not
Waffles?
deciding this
Waffles?
yet.
Waffles.
Waffles is kind of wild.
Waffles. I like it. Waffles. Ready to do the little
Still gonna
yay for
have
like
to
a
see the
clapping
story
sound.
post, but
Waffles.
Yay.
We don't have headphones in. We gotta get headphones.
Waffles.
We're not big
Let's
budget enough yet for
go.
headphones.
For 4 pairs of headphones? No, actually, I just bought
I
some
was about to
studio
say,
headphones.
if you're big baller over here, go ahead, buy the.
I can actually. It'd be
Come on,
like,
you want to be Miss member of the podcast?
I mean, yeah.
And make your
Waffles.
investment. Buy 4 pairs of headphones,
What's that actually gonna get me though?
Waffles.
so you can hear the air horn when you want to
No,
reference
but like
it.
you're saying, like now what? Like I'm a part of the podcast because I bought the headphones. So
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like permanent cast, like
I mean, as permanent as you
ownership.
pulling up when we film.
Speaking of ownership, we're about to talk about f***ing managers.
Oh,
there we go.
segue.
Yeah, that was a great transition. That was
Oh my
fantastic.
god!
Why you
But
have
yeah.
something to say about managers?
20%? Do I get 20% of the whole podcast? Because I
the whole
I
pod-
bought
wait.
4 headphones.
Wait, no, there can't be 20.
And
There's
then
5
after,
of us.
After I buy,
Oh,
I'll buy 5 headphones, and then I want 20%
We only
from
need 4 because there's
everything
only
that
4.
Wave Change does.
What? This isn't wave change.
Exactly.
This isn't wave change.
But exactly,
This is
exactly.
Why would I give you equity in a different company for you helping out another company?
Exactly. Why
All
do
right, well, where's
managers
my
own you
law-
as a human being
All right,
and
all right.
then be like,
I
yeah,
bought
20%
all the
of that.
podcast equipment for the Law podcast. Where's my percentage in the whole Law brand?
Whoa, you do have a percentage of the Law brand.
All right, how much?
Waffles.
I don't know, but we
You're not
definitely
getting
talk,
20% of wave change because you buy 4 pairs of headphones for a show that isn't wave change. Like the idea of managers, I feel like, especially in the small, like in the up and coming, I feel like people have it very skewed that they think they just get a manager, and that manager
Or that you need a
puts them
manager.
on, and they
Yeah.
like. It's not like a manager is there to manage. It's when you have an influx of things going on.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
then delegate it to somebody whose job it is to oversee the stuff coming in. So I think a lot of up and coming artists like. They don't have anything going on and they rush to go get a manager.
It's because
when they
artists-
really just need an assistant.
Artists,
Exactly.
but not even because they don't have like shit going on. Artists
Or
just
a
feel
team.
like a manager like stamps them. It's like a level up when you get a manager. Like if you're
Talk
a
to
manager,
my manager.
You're like a
I mean,
big
yeah,
time
because
artist.
you need a
know what I
manager when you
mean?
have things to manage, but there's so many people who have managers that you don't have a single thing coming
But
in.
that's
that-
where like the
to
fake ass
manage.
managers come in because like they just take advantage of that artist's
But this
imagery.
is- but I
and they're
think-
like, oh,
I-
you feel
I
like you need a
think-
manager,
I
so
think-
I'm gonna come and know that they're doing nothing.
But I think too many people who don't have a role in the music industry just decide to be a manager when it's like
because
people,
they have no
then
talent,
they just
they're
do.
not smart. They have no ability to do anything.
I didn't mean along those lines. I meant from the sense of like they want to like people who's they just do PR, but they just call themselves a manager and they sign artists. It's
What
like
is PR?
if you could just set like getting you in front of like in blogs, getting you on these actually doing the stuff that people think they need a manager for when they actually need
They can
a
do it
PR
themselves.
yeah,
person.
they need actual different.
They can do that themselves, or they can do that with a team.
Yeah, or you like I said, you get somebody in part. I feel like a lot of people. They just throw the label manager on because it makes them sound more
Sound
professional.
professional.
When all they do is digital marketing, or I'm not saying all they, but like when they actually would they're a digital marketer. They're not a manager.
Mm-hmm.
They're not managing day to day. They do these services, but then they sign artists to them to but like if you just
My question to you two is, what would you classify as a real manager? Because I've never met anybody in the underground scene besides the person that we are in his studio that genuinely does good management.
I
He's not even.
but I
He's not
wouldn't
even
say,
a manager.
but that's my point.
He's not even a
That
manager.
like, in reference Logan from the first episode. Would be somebody I could see an artist going, he's a manager, but Logan isn't. He's a digital marketer. That's
Yeah.
clear. And that was my point on like I know people who do exactly what Logan does, and reference themselves as I'm a manager of artists when it's like you're just their digital marketer.
Yeah.
They're just you're the one person they go to for it, so you just say manager. But it's like that's how these artists end up with 13 people that claim to be their managers.
That was
Because
the
you got your
point,
PI
yeah.
person calling your PR person saying they're your manager. You got like me. That would be like me doing your content,
because
going around being
everybody-
like, I manage Teenonami.
They put that title on it because like they don't really do anything, and so it's like they don't do anything. So they're like, I need a way to tie myself to your name and to you as an artist.
Exactly.
So I have to say I manage you. I can't just say I follow you around and just do nothing.
I mean, yeah, I would.
That's not
I
gonna
would
be a good
say
look.
it's people who aren't confident in what they do. Because me as a creative director, like I said, I could easily go around to anywhere I'm at and just say I manage law, I manage Teenonami, and it like if it came back to you guys would be like, all right, like, it wouldn't because
Yeah,
we like.
okay.
But me being confident in what I do, I don't need to say I manage you guys. I say I do content with these, because then when people
go look at the content, which is what you do,
the same
it's
thing.
gonna be
It's
good.
the same thing. That, like Logan has another example. I know Logan doesn't. I work with these artists. He only says he manages people. The artist that he's actually on the team. The one artist that I know that he got. So, but it's like there's the people who aren't confident in what they do. That then they need that extra thing just to say I manage this person
Why can't people just guide artists instead of saying that they're a manager?
because they're very
Everyone wants
insecure.
credit.
Yeah, you
and
need
they
credit,
feel
credibility.
Yeah, but do you not get credit by just guiding them?
You know what's
do.
crazy?
That's
I
the
think
thing.
for like as
You
the
do.
artist,
It's like
you
People
would.
just want the title so
Yeah.
bad.
But people are very because they're. So that's what I think that connects to my point. It's saying they're very insecure in their business. If you were secure in your business of just guiding, like Logan's a great example. He'll hop on. I've watched him hop on hour-long phone calls to artists who aren't paying him a dime.
Yeah.
Just give them game. They couldn't afford his services, and then he just. That was it. Just gave
Because
them
he
knowledge.
genuinely
And
wants
he
to
did it
help people.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Because he's
Yeah.
very.
If you just
he's
wanna make
not
money.
insecure in his, he knows he's built a business that works. It's people who are very insecure in what they're doing that they need to do that, and they need to manage this and claim like get that credit because they're not secure in the business that they operate.
That's a great
At
point.
least everyone I've been around who I'm like, wow, that person's very secure and they're like they do this thing. They're like they don't need to probably like say they do something else or say they.
That's a
Wait, so the
great way to
question
put
is
it.
what's
What to you two makes somebody a
actual
legitimate
manager.
manager? Like what in their day to day
To
would they
be
have
honest
to do
with
for
you-
both of you to actually be like, okay, that's my manager?
they would have to be a part of my day-to-day life and kind of just guiding me and keeping me on task to what needs to get done being a part of that and then making sure that like it gets executed. So like if I have to make content, it's like you're texting me about, okay, like what day are you doing this, or what day are we doing this, and you're coming along, and either you're shooting it with me or you're the one who got the content person. So now we're
Yeah,
both.
I was about to say that next.
Yeah, like making sure
They
you're-
gotta make plays and
like you're just like you're kind of like you're like an extension of me in like a more guiding kind of a way, almost like a protective mechanism from like everybody else, so I could like really do like the me shit, and then like they're kind of like the bridge in the gap between me and like anybody else in the business world.
I mean, that last point I think is where I would I like it. They act as your filter.
Yeah,
to
they're
the
like a
world.
gate.
You're
Yeah.
not like you're
Like,
not
they should
supposed
be
to be able
answering
to
your
be
emails,
at
yeah.
a certain level in your career. You can't just be accessed by anybody who needs to contact you.
Yeah.
So you have these managers again to manage the influx. So when you have all of these things come in, it's their job to go, all right. The artist only needs to know about this, needs to acknowledge this. This can be handled by X, Y, Z. This thing can be okay. Let's position that like this, and then manage the thing.
I think that the actual job of like a real manager is like very, very hard. Like I like 20%. Like if people get mad at that, but if you're a real manager,
from my point of view, the few real managers in the industry have been around. Their job is pretty much to take the stress off of you as the artist.
Yeah.
It's a very hard job to actually be a manager with an artist who is getting like inquiries, because it's your job to make their life just to as much as you can, just to them be happy and just be an artist, and your job to manage and filter that stuff. It's like they don't need to hear about this bullshit or whatever, like, oh, they have a show or they have this, they need to be ready for that, so they need to manage. And
but like because like that role is like you're filtering, like that's where you have to make sure it's somebody very trustworthy, because they have the power to filter out the things that they want that they don't want.
That's
It's very
hard to
easy to be like
pinpoint.
manipulated. You know what I mean?
That's kind of hard to pinpoint.
But it's hard in anything. It's hard to pinpoint who, like, when you meet somebody and you become a friend with them, how do you know they're not just like because I think people forget that an artist and manager is a relationship. It's not just like you can just hire anybody to do it. It is going on your point, because it's somebody who has to know you and understand you.
Yeah.
The best managers I know their artists like they're like they raise them like they would know them. They would know to say no to something because they know the art. Like you can't. I don't think you could just like the best manager in the world won't work for every single person. I mean, maybe that's wrong, because the best manager would be able to adapt to every single person.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a great point.
So maybe, all right, the best manager in the world would work for any person, because the best manager would be able to go, oh, Teenonami is like this, I know him, Law's like this, and then with both of you be able to.
But then it's like when you think about like industry managers like Scooter Braun, right? You would think he's like the staple, like top tier manager, but it's like what would make him this like great manager is because he can like adapt his like blueprint, his system to all these artists. Like
I would think so. Yeah, he understands the system of what needs to get done to facilitate those things, and he's probably also good with either identifying people he knows he can do it with, or adapting it to.
Because I feel like that's where the idea of like a manager is going to get you on. Because like if somebody's like, I'm going to sign to Scooter Braun, they're thinking I'm immediately on. But it's like if he's doing the job that we're talking about, it's like, well, how is that going to like elevate your career? So I feel like when a manager is like, because I feel like Scooter Braun, it's like, is he really a manager, or is he more like, more of like an A&R, I feel like, where, because technically an A&R really is supposed to be the person like at bat for your career.
So
like
this goes back to everyone just using the term manager as
For
a
everything.
blanket.
Alright, so managers don't exist.
If you're not, no, they
he said
exist.
they're fake.
They exist, but their
They're
job is to
not
manage.
real.
Ready? Look at just like my first job was at Kmart. We had a manager.
Mm-hmm.
Their job was to manage all the stuff at this location. They had their own boss. They were in charge of delegating the people below them to make sure the person above them is happy.
Yeah.
So the same way, there's a manager. This Kmart, this building is the artist. The manager of this other Kmart is it might run it a little differently, however, but they're not out here trying to get Kmart billboards. They're not out here trying to get. Their job is to manage the influx of stuff coming.
Yeah.
To oversee, play all the roles. So you don't have to talk to your videographer every single day. You don't have to talk to your photographer every day.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk to you don't have to book studio session. You don't have to do all
They're
this stuff.
making sure that all that's done
So
for
you can just do the one thing that nobody else can do, is create your music. Because at the end of the day, everything besides what you guys create can be done. A system can be built and can be done by other people.
Yeah.
You don't in an ideal world, you don't have to film your own podcast and edit your own podcast. You can set up a formula. I like it done this way. and then it can be delegated. But nobody can go in the booth and record a Law song and create the content of Law and or Teenonami. You feel me?
I just think a lot of these big companies now, like big influencer management companies, because I've had like a couple of like phone calls with them. A lot of them are kind of merged, where like they have management of the person who is kind of like emailing you or letting you know about like what brand deals came in or whatever. But then they also like that same person will like analyze your content with you and like help you come up with strategies to grow. But that's just for like influencer side. So like in the music side, there is kind of like this like balance between actually like managing the things, but like being a part of the growth. Because like the whole point of the 20% is you should be now motivated to make the artist money because you're going to make money.
You should be getting the artists paid shows.
Yeah,
you should be getting
like
the
because
artists
you're
paid
literally
interviews.
you're working for yourself. So it's like that's where that kind of like
If the artists
And
don't get
but
paid,
I
you don't.
also think this is something that would have to be clearly defined out when you sign with this management, because it could easily go to like this was never clear defined on like the specifics.
Oh my
And then it
God,
comes
yeah.
back to now the artist is taking it on you because they're not getting paid because you're not getting bookings.
read your contracts.
But it's like
Get a lawyer.
before you should designate that like, listen, I need some like your role is to get these things, to get these, because if it's not defined, then I could like the manager's gonna go, damn, I'm not getting paid, so now I'm mad at you because you're not getting. Why aren't you doing any shows? I'm not getting paid.
I'm gonna start a charity, okay? I'm gonna start a charity. I'm putting this on camera right now. It's just it's sank into my heart. I'm starting a charity that I'm gonna pay lawyers just on staff, okay? On retainer. For any artist who ever needs a contract looked at, I'm gonna have some type of free resource when I really got money that you could just go to and get your fucking contract looked at. I don't want any artist who's like broke for that to be the reason that like they're in a bad contract.
That's
So,
actually really like
putting
that's
that
really
out.
dope.
And my name is f***ing Laura. Are you kidding me?
That's
No.
actually like
Yeah.
that's actually like really. I mean,
I just needed to document that.
yeah, because it's very
I'm
much.
already trying to start a non-for-profit, so this is gonna come together.
I mean, yeah, there's
My
a lot.
philanthropy era, but not yet. I got like 5 more albums in the pipeline.
I mean, yeah, it definitely is because it is a very. I don't know. It's like, not that it's new, but it's easy for people, somebody just with money, just to hop in this field. Like I said, and
Yeah.
just put a label on my manager just because they have money and they can just fund things. And so definitely, I mean, yeah, read your contracts and.
Just put it through Chat GPT, you know, at the bare minimum. I'm not gonna lie to
Hey,
you,
it's
Chat.
crazy.
Bro, and Chat GPT kept saying, I am not a lawyer, but, and I was like, bro, right now it's me and you in this fucking bathroom. What does this shit say? Like, you gotta just, yeah, at the bare minimum, because I know it's a lie. It's fucking, it's like, again, you should really seek legal advice. But right now, I got you. So what's going
So
on?
I'm
But yeah,
still
very
kind of
helpful.
so managers don't exist.
They do exist. They do exist. A manager should be somebody that manages your inquiries, is a bridge between you and the business world. But because if not always, but if they have a percentage of your career, they should always also be a part of some type of like growth expansion of your career.
So there's not many managers that exist.
No, I don't
No.
think so.
That's what I'm
Actual
saying.
managers.
Actual
and
real
I think,
managers.
I don't think I don't think you should be even thinking about getting a manager until you have an actual influx of too many things that you can't handle, but too many things that generate money. Because a lot of upcoming artists will just fill their schedule with a bunch of things that don't generate money and be like, I need a manager. It's like, you can't get a manager because you can't afford to pay them, and none of these things generate money. So focus on one thing and just do that until you can create enough money. And when you have things that generate money that I can't grow anymore unless I have somebody else doing it, then you find somebody to manage, because then you can just give them a percentage of the easy
You
trap.
can't give somebody 20% of nothing.
So many
What are
upcoming
you
artists
doing?
will just fill their schedules. They'll just go on Printify and create their own merch and order some shirts. And now they need to create and sell merch. And they're trying to book shows. And they're trying to create content. And they just fill all this stuff that is like good.
There is definitely like a what's it called? Like I see like a little triangle. Like there's like stages to that shit. Like you at the beginning, bare minimum, should not be trying to do all of that shit. It makes no sense. Like it's like
you pull yourself too thin, and then you don't have you just have all these things that you have to do that nothing creates money, so you have no time and no income to delegate it out to anybody. Focus on pick something, because I feel like we said this last week, that there is no just this one specific thing besides content that what seems to work. That if you so just pick something, whether it is live shows or you like just like a strict release schedule or content or like just like pick a
commit to
thing
something.
and just go full work on that until it starts to generate money, and then once it creates, it'll get to a point where it's like, wow, this could be like this can grow more if I could delegate out, and then you delegate out.
A lot of times too, like when you do that, like when you really focus on one thing, in the journey of focusing on that one thing, you end up learning how to do all the other things.
Exactly.
Like it just naturally occurs.
I mean, yeah, I think a good example would be Wave Change, in that I didn't hire somebody, I didn't expand to having another person until I was at a point where I was able to say, yo, Steve, come on these shoots. And then, I'll throw you $100 to do whatever. And then expand from there. I know a lot of directors who just start, and in a year, they have 5 people with them. And then I see in a month, 2 months, everyone's on their story beefing about, I didn't get paid to do this. And there's like, and then now you're talking about like, arguing getting paid. It's like, I could have easily, when I started making videos, just told 15 people, yo, bro, if we work hard together, nonstop, I promise you, we're going to the top. And it's like, that's cool, but you're just selling a dream, because it's like,
bro, you sound like a psychopath.
Now you have a time bomb like ticking, that if you don't get us, like, everyone's different. Like at a certain point, Steve's gonna be like, damn, bro, I've been doing this for
so you're
X,
saying
Y,
you
Z.
shouldn't be leading people to do something that you've never done? Guys, please stop paying people to do something that they've never done. Stop listening to people about how to do something if they've never done it. That's the craziest shit in the world.
Or giving people a percentage of something they've never done either.
Yeah, offering percentage of something that doesn't, like, I don't know, you really gotta like believe in something to offer somebody like to take a percentage that does something that doesn't generate. You have to believe in it. So I mean, if you believe in it, but yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's like, damn, I'm kind of losing the point. I was like, oh yeah, with Wave Change, that it's like I didn't expand out until I was able to do it. And going off of that, like doing everything, merch, podcast, I got to do it all. It's like, I wanted to do a podcast, I wanted to do merch. There's a reason that I'm just now officially starting a podcast after 6 years of professionally doing this.
That is
that
crazy.
I'm just now, like we did merch once and created one shirt, but then I haven't done merch again for the last.
And when you made those shirts, everybody was talking about them. Softest ever.
I was gonna say, and it took 3 years to actually relaunch the merch. That because I wasn't gonna do these things until Wave Change was at a
Mr.
position.
Waffles?
It created. Oh yeah, speaking of which, it's
some
live right
custom-
now. So go in the description and buy
This is
something.
nice.
It's on
I
the
don't want to
website
make it
right now.
dirty.
Sign to Waffles.
Yeah,
Right?
it's on
He's a model.
it's on the website
He's
right
a
now.
manager.
Waffles in the
So
is
go,
he on the website? Waffles?
He's probably on the website. We probably took a picture.
Nah, Waffles
All right,
needs
he's
to
on
be
the
front
website.
page.
Well, actually, it's you guys are the cover. You're both the people who took the pictures, and so they're on the website in the merch. So go
We
buy
need
it.
Waffles. F us. Take us down. No.
Waffles.
Waffles.
All right, we'll add waffles.
And give him 20%.
But yeah, there's a reason it took 6 years that or just
sales.
now, because it would have been stupid in year 1 of trying to start Wave Change for me to start a podcast and a merch. Like, I would be pulled too thin. It wasn't until Wave Change was generating money, and now there's 2 other people underneath it that all right, let's do a podcast, because now we have time to delegate out to doing it. And you don't have to, you can do everything, and it's great, you should do everything, but you can't do it all at once. Do something until it's at a place where you can comfortably, all right, I'm comfortable where I know I could take some time away from Wave Change to do this, and it won't hurt the growth of the company. Things take years to build, so I think you gotta, as an artist, yeah, it's good to have merch, it's good to have all this, but if you're not, you start somewhere, have a base. Like, I watched you build up your TikTok, and now you have a base, and now you have something to work off, and you start a podcast.
Yeah.
I watched you really get into content and build up a base, and now you're consistently posting content, and you build up your Instagram, and it's like, and now you're able to delegate
it really just
out.
takes
Now I can
time,
help other artists.
And you can delegate,
content,
it's like,
you feel me?
But see, that's how it really should be, right? You should learn how to do something, get really good at it, and then it shouldn't be like this weird gatekeeping of like, whoa, you guys are beneath me because like you didn't crack the code like I did.
No,
Like that
like-
shit's fucking weird, bro. Like if you figure something out, tell somebody else how to do it. And then,
Exactly.
right? Don't charge them money for it. Just like tell them to be nice. Like you don't have to always try to sell a course for $1,000.
It comes down to it.
Sometimes.
Like,
But, like-
because look, at the end of the day, it's like, don't tax people. You feel me?
Right. Better way to
You
put
feel
it.
me? Don't tax people, but like, give them some.
No,
you
yeah,
feel me?
if it's like that Steve hitting the vape on
No,
camera.
while you
is
guys are talking,
crazy.
it's on your camera. It's not on us right now.
Yo,
Oh,
he's like-
that was on us. I'm talking.
That's
But
crazy.
We're cutting it up, so you know.
Oh yeah,
We
he's
get to
like in
decide.
his head. He's already like, I'm taking this out. Right now.
to their
Cut
camera.
into them right now. You won't see this.
I mean, yeah,
Because look, like just the whole like money part of it is like you know how hard it is to
Yes.
reach that. You feel me?
Yes.
And how much you had to put into it.
Like I
So
think if you're
imagine,
one-on-one
like-
helping somebody, like to where like once your time is involved, start charging money. But just the information,
Yeah.
I'll tell you all day long.
The gems, yeah, give gems.
But if you
Give
want me
gems.
to physically help you, and now my time is involved, yes, you should charge money.
yeah,
for
you
that.
charge for your time.
Yeah,
but here's,
time.
I think it goes back to my point of
Low gang.
Work in the corner. Shout out to those
sorry,
people.
sorry.
I thought the ops
I
said
think it goes back to the other point of we closed. Yeah, that door's closed. It goes back to our other point of just insecurities.
Yep.
I think because if you're secure in what you
Insecurity.
do, you like I've watched
Value
Logan and somebody.
Yeah,
security.
you said that.
He'll
like,
just
hop on the
he'll just
phone.
He
give
don't
you
do
education. I'll literally
he
sit
doesn't.
down and I have sat down with people and I'll literally show you anybody and teach them how I
Yep.
do all of my edits and how I shoot. Like Corey, this other director, shout out to you, 1985 photos. Just he hit me up on Instagram and said, "Yo, I want to like learn about how to make music videos," and I just had to pull up to a music video shoot and just
That's-
anything
yeah.
he wanted to know.
Yeah, it's valid.
It's just because I'm very secure in what I do, and I'm not afraid that like, oh, if you get my knowledge,
Yeah.
If you get my knowledge,
the
you're just
secret
gonna
isn't my
just
knowledge.
know
Anything
Anybody,
can be too crowded.
anyone can
like,
learn this. Like I learned this on YouTube. There wasn't no one taught me a secret. I went on YouTube and learned all this. So it's
Exactly.
like
That's what I'd be thinking
The
too. Because
thing
I'm
that
like,
makes my
anything
thing
I'm
different.
telling you, like, even if I figured it out doing it, like, I'm also like, bro, I really just YouTubed a lot of this.
it comes
like,
to insecure. Like I'm very secure in myself. The same way as artists, it's like you're saying. I'll just tell you exactly how to do everything because
Yeah.
anybody can recreate what I do. They're not going to recreate what. Like at the end of the day, you could say it's better, object, whatever. It's like it's not what's in my brain, so it's not like. This is art, so it's subjective. It's like there is no. At the end of the day, like we can all use the same equipment. Anybody could go buy or rent a red camera and do it. Like, but the
it's
thing
like
that makes
your
you
eye,
different.
it's
So
what's in your mind. What
to
are
me,
you
the
gonna make
people
of
who
it?
are very like hold on to their knowledge and like won't like feel like that.
There's a lot of people.
It's
like
insecurity.
That.
To
There's
me,
a lot of
it
people like
screams
that.
that they're insecure and that they're like that they're not confident in what they do.
Yeah.
Because again, I've watched Logan sit down with people and just this is you do this, and like not ask for any money.
Bro, I've sat on the phone for like 2-3 hours with somebody teaching them some shit and they didn't give me a dime.
Yep.
You feel me? It's like, I don't mind doing that, but it's like when it's like a all the time thing, and
Exactly,
now you want to get on an interview, now you want to
Yeah.
music video.
I don't think in that sense you're not paying for necessarily for the knowledge. They're paying for your time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah,
different. 'cause
that's
time-
valid. That's
time's
valid.
the most valuable,
Valuable
thing there
thing,
is.
yeah,
You
you
can't
should
get
always
any
be-
time. You only have 24 hours in a day. You can't get more. So it's like giving somebody your time. That's where it comes to. But yeah, I don't think like that's where I think the whole model of like giving out free information, like if on social media, just we're just this.
Podcast.
You didn't pay for
That's
this.
why I wanted
You
to
didn't-
start this
You didn't pay for any of
podcast.
this stuff. This stuff is just
That's how we got
all
here.
the stuff we talked about last week with Logan, or like or next week, and it's just free because I'm confident in my business that I'll tell you exactly how I do anything or how anything because I'm confident in my stuff being unique and what it is. That the free knowledge is out there, and then it brings more people in.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to try to sell a course when it's like if anybody's selling a course who hasn't done it, like. And none of my friends, I'll put it this way, none of anybody I know personally right now should sell a course. In my opinion, none of my friends are
No.
successful.
All your friends are
Absolutely
watching
not.
this clip like, bro, fuck you, blocked.
I
Texting
don't
you.
think I would be. There was a reason I don't Wave Change isn't selling a course on how to make music
Yeah.
videos because I don't feel like I'll just tell you. DM me. I'll just tell you.
Yeah.
Like there
He
isn't.
said,
Selling the course is great.
I think it's really
Yeah.
easy to weed out the people that like actually want to come to help you though, because when you do like with us and with Jose, like you kept inviting me to shoots. I could have just not showed up at one point. It's really easy to tell somebody who's really seriously
yeah.
gonna take what you want and learn from it,
Yeah.
rather than just be like,
Oh, yeah.
just come and ride the wave.
Oh,
Ride
yeah.
the wave.
I mean, that's the
literally,
other
yeah.
thing too.
we need a
It's
little
like
switch sound on there.
the other thing is you can give out any information. I guarantee you. I'll give everyone any information I have. 9 out of 10 people,
They're not
Aren't
gonna
gonna
do
they're
it.
not
use
going to
it.
do it. You could give them the exact blueprint
That's
to what
so
you do,
true,
exactly
bro.
how you did it, and people will go, "Oh, word," and they're not going to do
They're not
it,
even
and they're going to
listening to
hit
you.
you up a month later and just ask the same question and be like, "I told you, this is it." But people don't understand that 9 out of 10 times.
I'm gonna get
But
on
that's
it,
why
bro.
people
I'm gonna
want you to
start
pay
doing
for
it.
it. 'Cause, like, that's where the argument
people
of,
are
like,
trying
pay
to
for
pay
it,
for a
it's gonna be,
secret.
you know, more
9 out of 10
valuable
times.
and
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk.
maybe
over
you'll
you.
like actually do
It's
it. No.
podcast.
I don't know.
We can't talk at the same time.
You do the shits. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I'll just mute your mic when I was talking and just say mine in.
Wow, I didn't know that.
But damn, I lost the
A lot of
point.
people. Well, now I just lost my thought because you made me lose my thought.
Wow.
Shit.
Crazy. What were we just saying?
We were talking about people not really taking themselves. Well, I just don't think a lot of people actually take themselves seriously. In that sense, I think they just
Like, they won't
They
take
just,
advice.
they just want
Yeah.
to say
Yeah,
they doing
because you
something.
can tell them what to do. Because 9 out of 10 times, the advice usually is a lot of just doing it and
Doing
work.
the
Yeah.
work. Yeah, it's
And
not
people,
the knowledge.
people ask you like they want to pay for whatever. Just I'll pay you. Just tell me how you do it. And it's like most of the like, I'll tell you how I edit, but if you don't sit down and edit for 8 hours a day,
It's not gonna
It's
happen.
not gonna
Not
look like
gonna-
what I did.
yeah.
I'll tell you how to do it. It's just going to be 8 hours a day of doing it. And it's like people don't. That doesn't register. That wasn't a good enough answer. And it's like. That's why you're
Oh,
going to indefinitely
doing the work
you're going to
wasn't
indefinitely pay
what you were
people
looking
for
for?
the secret when it's like there isn't a secret. Because I guarantee you, if there was a secret,
everyone would do it.
it would be out there.
Yeah.
It would. There's no. You can't. Like no one can just hold. Like it would be out there. There isn't a secret.
It's because every artist they want to like find someone who has like the secret or pay for it or whatever, because it's like they're just looking for a way to like excuse themselves from the work. You're looking for a way to just like
Easy way out.
And no matter how
instantaneously-
good you are, I'm
gratification.
sorry to everyone
Yeah.
watching this, to break your heart. No matter how good you are, how good you think you are, no matter how good your skills are, it doesn't negate that you have to do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody is gonna come and just. I think that was.
We
talked about
literally,
this last
literally
podcast as well,
the name of the first episode, the episode before this, was literally nobody's gonna come and save you. That it's like there is no, like no matter what, like no matter the Scooter Braun is gonna come. I guarantee you, if Scooter Braun came to you and was like, I f with your shit, if you're not putting in the work, Scooter Braun's not gonna give. Maybe Scooter Braun's gonna call me out and be like, nah, I would do it. But I would guess if the artist isn't doing the work, he's not gonna like.
You know
Yeah.
how many? I've got on calls, right, and talking to artists, and a few of them, like more than a few of them's like, yo, bro, like I want a label to reach out to me, bro. Like, can you help me? And I'm sitting there like, bro,
No, you don't.
Like one,
People
no,
just wanna
you
steal
don't.
your money.
2, if you do, like, it's like, what are you doing for them to reach out to you? Like, what am I gonna just bring you to a label meeting and be like,
You got
they're
no
gonna say
music
no,
out, no videos out,
no content. Like, you gotta build
Who
all that
are
up
you,
first.
bro? What do you mean? I'm
And then-
bringing a
and then
ghost
it's-
into this label.
Exactly. Then it's like, if I was to do that, right? And then they're like, all right, we're like, all right, fine. Like, I understand what you're saying. I'm gonna build content up. I helped them build content up. Why didn't they reach out to me yet?
And I'll break that artist's heart even more. That you have
Heartbreaking wave.
you have an infinitely bigger chance of getting a deal if you come to the label being like, this is what I do. I'm posting content every week. I have my videographer, I have my engineer, I record music, I have it in the studio. I do it all. I guarantee you they're way more likely to sign you if you come with all that than coming, I make good music. And looking for the labels nowadays labels aren't
insane.
signing. Labels are looking for artists because there's millions of people making music. No matter how good you are, they'll find somebody else making just as good music. They're gonna go for the people who already have. They don't want to find you a photographer anymore. They don't want to find you a team.
They have it
They just want to
already.
sign on.
They want to
That's
just
it.
they're banks. They want to
want
they want
that
to
guap.
invest. All they want to do is invest. And are they more likely to invest in artist A who has dope music, but they have to also then go find a photographer, find a videographer, find a
Give
studio,
you a whole team
do all this
and-
stuff, or artist B who makes a little less quality music, but they're already posting content. They don't need someone to tell them. They have an engineer on they record all their music. They don't need anything besides just some money to inflate what they're doing. So to that point, stop focus on chasing a record. This record deal.
Yeah, that a point like that
'Cause if
came
you-
to my head about that was that like
Build a brand.
I
man.
feel like artists feel like, oh, like I'm gonna get a big break, and we think that like this big break is gonna be like this one day or this one phone call, and it's like, bro, your big break is every day that you get up and you decide I'm gonna post 3 TikToks today, no matter what the happens, no matter what happens at my job, no matter who calls me, I'm gonna post 3 TikToks. That's your big break. It's not like
Do it for yourself.
Yeah, like it's not one person calling you or one thing. Like there might be like those like kind of moments, like the first label that hits you up, where it's kind of like, oh snap, but like
Shit
Those
is
moments
valid.
only come if you do the thing every
Work.
day for
You
multiple
build your
days.
brand.
That
That
is
day-
your big
that
break.
day doesn't come. That's like saying, damn,
You create your
wanna,
big break.
I want to win this race, but you didn't. You're not running. You don't like. You got to start. You got to.
you gotta
run.
start. Yep. Imagine that. You're sitting there just stretching. God, I just can't
It's like,
wait.
well, I wish
First
somebody,
place.
I wish somebody would come help me finish this race, but like you didn't start the race. How can I come help you finish? It's like I'm
It would
standing
be like,
halfway.
wait a minute, you're a part of this? Them have been running for a minute. You're real behind.
Yeah, it's like I'm standing halfway, like yo, I'm here waiting to help, but you didn't. You gotta start the race.
Dang. Brah, brah, brah. This, I don't know how long this was, but this feels real complete. This feels like a hug.
I mean, we can end it now. I mean,
I don't know. What
Wait.
the-
We
What
gotta
else? Yeah,
ask
what's on your
Waffles
minds?
if we.
Oh, Waffles. Wait, is that who's in it?
I was gonna ask you that because I don't
Okay.
like we have 2 artists on this week. Last week
Okay,
it was
yeah.
no artists, just behind the scenes people.
Yeah.
As artists, what did you guys feel you saw or you see the most? You saw the most out of. Everyone's looking for like this big break. Like they imagine, oh, I got like what did you?
What
have
was
you
the most
seen-
valuable thing?
Yeah, as so far doing this over all the years, what have you seen the most return on investment from that you put time in or
Content.
Content
Content.
for sure.
Building a platform.
That's the
building a
clip.
fan base.
Building.
Here's my clip.
Yeah.
There's the wave change. Cut to a piece of content.
building the brand.
Through, and how'd you build the brand?
Building the brand by
Consistent
being
content.
consistent. You feel me? Dropping content. You know what I'm saying? And then
Wow.
feel me?
Consistency.
That's why 2 labels reached out to a nigga, and I said no. You feel me? I still
Isn't
said
that
no.
crazy? We do
Still
all
said
this.
no.
We crack the code for like I want labels to reach out, and then you
Still
really,
said- and
then
now,
you really like start to like smell
you
the
learn,
Kool-Aid,
you
and you're
learn.
like, whoa, y'all literally just like baited me with poison, and then I really got to it thinking it was gonna be like this delicious ice cream sundae, and then I was like, y'all trying to kill me, and then it's like, well, I did all this for a fucking facade. Yeah,
I mean, that's like why the cliche thing of like you see all like
that was a
artists.
good ass analogy.
You see all artists go on and like get on and then talk shit about their managers. Now, so you see every manager talk about all artists blow up and then leave us behind. It's like think they don't need us, but it's like
I don't need you. I don't need
it
you.
takes
I
like
don't need
and,
you,
yeah, bro.
but
Like, but it just I
want
brought that
you.
up to bring up the point of like that content again that we talked about last week.
Content
That
is
it's like
key, man.
you can really like. I've watched both of you guys. I've watched both of you two as like prime examples of just like when you started consistently doing content, things actually change versus
Yeah.
like you more so in the growth because I feel like we knew each other for a couple years before you did content. We got close when you were doing content.
Yeah.
But like watching how like when we did anniversary and it like wasn't about content, it was just like do a music video, drop songs.
Yeah.
And then watching how when you started consistently doing content, there was things going on. There's
Yeah, I was just doing random, just random. Can I curse on the podcast?
Yeah.
Just random stuff, bro. Then like certain things
Doesn't
would go
curse.
viral. You feel me? Would go viral. Da da da. And then when I really started locking in with the content, big change, bro. Big change. Do content.
and it like
Content is key.
and I like you guys as an example because you two are people who didn't. I know a lot of people. I know artists who know that. But then don't post content because they feel like they need a 4K camera and they need wave
Bro,
change
just
to
do
all
stuff.
that.
Just do it.
Bro,
Just start.
Just start. Because
Just do it.
even if that isn't the content that's gonna blow, you got to start. How long did you do content before you saw? Let me do that. Get the clip better. How long did you do content before you saw something come out of it? How long did you consistently do content before you saw anything start happening?
Oh my God. You know what's so crazy? And this is probably what's like the most important. Once something really pops off, you fucking forget. It doesn't matter anymore. If it takes you 2 years and the shit pops off, because I can't remember, because I'm just like I'd have to go back, but I'm like, maybe like, I feel like for me, like I was really any type of growth, I kind of like felt like that was like a step up. So it was like once you get like a first video that's like gets 10,000, it's almost kind of like a mini like reward in your head of like, all right, that was the time. But you know what I mean? But like the actual total time, I don't know, maybe like 3 months, 6 months. Like, yeah, but you really forget.
Consistent. How many times are you posting a day?
3 to 6.
Okay. And how long have you been making music?
Recording music.
How long have you been like dropping songs? Has Law been releasing
like
music?
2-3 years.
Okay,
But
now all
that's
now
not
all
that
your
long.
artists and
Oh
all
my
the
God.
artists I know personally watching this clip, who have been making music just as long, and the only difference is she's been consistently doing content all these days, and there's
Yeah.
artists sitting watching this that have been like, damn, I've been doing music for 6 years, but you. You can be tight and take that negative and hate the world and be angry at the world, but you're just gonna sit here for another 6 years in the same position. Or you could have like spent every day just doing content and I guarantee if you would have to just
Heartbreak Wave.
if you've been
That's
doing
what I'm
content
calling you on the
every day-
pod. I'm getting you a little sound effect. The fucking some Kid Cudi, the heartbreak sound, or the heartbreaks and weights. Nah, Heartbreak Wave is out here. Damn.
I mean, it's
real,
true.
though.
It's true.
It's
though.
facts,
The
though.
time's gonna pass anyway.
Yeah.
The artist.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
I mean,
the truth.
Oh my, the
truth
my heart
hurts.
hurt that time.
The truth hurts.
it,
The time's gonna pass anyway.
Damn, bro, my
I mean,
heart hurt for y'all.
this isn't even about content, but this is the best. Some of the best.
Coming for my edges, dear Lord.
You guys want to make it or not? You got it. Like people have to
Maybe
like.
Wave should be my manager. Oh, maybe he really should manage us. Talk about
That's
girl business,
crazy.
keeping it real. Okay.
Damn, he said it's gonna be another 6
Yeah,
years
and
anyway.
ready?
Like,
Ready?
Damn.
If that
12
if
years
that
is
hit you hard, I guarantee that means because you probably know you should be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it
And
hits
this
you.
is your
Yeah.
sign right now to just start.
But ready? I heard the most life-changing quote that applies right now. Okay, you can't go back and change the way that it started, but you can start now and change the way it ends.
Yes.
That's
So if
fine.
you haven't been making content, and let's say you put out 12 albums, and you cannot, first of all, you can start making content for those albums. Hello.
Just start right
but
now.
you can
Right
start
now.
right now.
Pause this video. Post a TikTok right now.
He's like, get the off the podcast.
Wait, you're watching this clip right now. Post. Don't scroll. Post.
Bro, you're like that little TikTok person that be like scrolling too long. You're like, hey,
Oh,
get
yeah.
the fuck off this app and post if you're creative.
Have you been? You've been scrolling too long. You're an artist. You've been scrolling too long. Post something.
It's no longer research anymore. It's not data research. We're getting distracted.
Like the best
That's for
advice
me.
related
That's
to
for
that,
me.
not even about content. My mom gave me like years ago. When I was a kid, she like my mom has worked the same job since like as long as like since I was born. She's worked the same like job, and when I was a kid, she went back to school and got her master's degree. And I remember it wasn't like until maybe like 2 years ago we had a conversation. Somehow it came up and we were talking about it, and I was just curious on why she got it because she worked the job, and she said to me, she was like, well. My job was offering to pay, like while we worked there, they would pay for us to go to go to school while we were there. And she said, I mean, I'm gonna be in 3 years, or 4 years, I'm gonna be 4 years older anyway. And in 4 years, I could be 4 years older with a degree or without a degree. So why not just do it? The same thing goes with the content. The 4 years are gonna pass. In 4 years, you're gonna be 4 years more into your career, and you're either gonna be in the same position or you could have 4 years of content behind you. And even if in those 4 years you didn't blow up, now you would have 4 years of education that I guarantee you'll have a more understanding that you could like if you do something every day for 4 years, I guarantee you're gonna have in 4 years you're gonna look back and it's gonna be different. And if you're like, damn, I don't want to wait 4 years to blow up.
But like in
4
that,
years ago you were trying to blow up and you're not blowing up right now. So
yeah, because I feel like in that, right, like you'll hear things like, oh, like it'll take someone 5 years to do something, and on that 5th year, all of a sudden, it's not an all of a sudden. What happens is the education and the practice and the experience from doing it over and over and over again, you actually get to the point where it's actually good. And those whole 5 years, it was actually really and bad,
Yep.
but you just kept doing it, and then all the education just accumulates, and it seems like you popped off.
I mean, yeah, that's like the there's like a saying, it's like the overnight success only happens after years of work. Overnight success, everyone's like, that's not real.
a
Like,
lot of
that is
quotes.
real or not real, but overnight success is real. It just happens to people who did, like, wave change. You could say one day, I could pick a day that had overnight success because you might have got that record deal. But you only got that record deal because of the 6 years of working.
Yeah.
And then people didn't see you for 6 years, but now they see you. Damn, I didn't know him yesterday. Now he's everywhere. But it's like they didn't see the 6 years of work. It's like overnight success doesn't happen from like, actually, I did this today and then it worked tomorrow. Like if this podcast blows up after what, like if one episode goes viral and this podcast blows
You
up,
still
everyone's gonna
spent
be like,
6 years doing this.
they're gonna say, oh, that overnight, like there was nothing and then it blew up. They were an overnight success. It's like, no, it that happened after years of putting in. Like when you posted, when your TikTok had a crazy growth once it started working, and people could say, oh yeah, it was like her TikTok was overnight. Yeah, because I did years of, and it might not
Yeah.
even been that platform. If when we drop the first episode of this podcast, it goes viral, they're gonna say this podcast was an overnight success. That's disregarding the 10 years I've been making videos prior
Yeah.
to then know how to make this podcast look in a way to then have
To
it
know
work.
how to literally make this. That's crazy. Overnight success. Who went from not knowing shit to just blowing up. What
And they're
are
gonna
you
say, yeah,
talking
if
about?
this first episode goes crazy, like they're gonna say this early success, but that it disregards the 30 episodes of your podcast I did where I learned how to do all this podcast.
Facts.
That then the first episode of this
They don't
podcast
know.
worked. It doesn't. It all comes back to just putting in the work. And again, if you're watching this, and you're like, damn, you're right, I should have been doing content for the last 6 years. Start
That's
right
what
now,
this podcast
because you're
is
gonna come back
for.
on episode 100, and I'm gonna say the same shit, and you're gonna go, damn, I should have been making content this whole time.
Yeah.
If you're now coming back
99 episodes ago.
if you're back on it from episode 100 watching this and you haven't made any content, it's on you, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
100 episodes will be 2 years from now. That's crazy.
Yeah, because 52. If we don't take a break,
The time's gonna pass
52.
anyway, guys. You might as well have 2 years of content behind your back. Episode 100. You need to be here and think about how much content you've done.
use this as a challenge. I think I challenged the first episode to make a piece of content every day. Use this as a challenge right now. Watching this, if you're an artist watching this, I want you to comment on episode 100, whenever that is, and I want you to flex how much you've blown up from doing
Facts.
content consistently.
From whenever you found out about this episode.
And now ready? And all these artists who are watching this and didn't do content on episode 100,
Save this post.
they're not gonna come. They're gonna be like, damn.
Scroll. If you scroll, it's because you're mad. It's because you know that you should be doing this, but you're like, I don't know what they're talking about. I'm so talented that this doesn't matter. I don't have to post my content. No, it doesn't matter.
Some of the most talented artists I know personally are like
We'll never blow up because they don't post.
have the least amount of followers and least anything because they don't post content, and they have the dopest music. And I've preached to them so many times. I told them we had conversations, and they say, "Oh, I know, I got to do it," and they don't do it, and it sucks because some of the least talented artists I know have careers doing this because they just are brutally consistent. This isn't a quality of music. The music industry isn't a quality of music thing. It's about how much you can wake up every day and just like
Consistency.
do this. That's all it is. This isn't if you're in it if your goal is quality of music, figure out a way to make money somewhere else. Because it's like, yeah, you can make money doing this eventually with your music, but if you're trying to make a career out of this, the career isn't making good music.
Yeah,
the career is knowing how to adapt, content is key. Boom. Content wasn't key 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's just knowing how to adapt and being consistent. But you had to be in every day. And when it was giving out mixtapes in the corner, you had to be on that corner every day, handing your mixtape.
Yeah, whatever the thing of the time was, what didn't change was the everyday part.
The
Like
people
if
who
it was
made-
selling shit out of your trunk, if it was going to the studio, if it's posting content, the mechanism of how to get your music out there is going to change over time. But the part that you cannot skip is that every fucking day, consistently, just doing it. And then just input.
That was the air horn. Yeah.
Hey, wait, no, you had said something that made me think of this quote about, like not doing your ideas. And they say that like the best ideas die in the graveyard. Like some of the best ideas are just in the graveyard because people just die and that shit never comes out. And it's like, bro, come on now.
I mean, yeah, you were telling me to do this podcast for how long?
Yo, this motherfucker is different. We were talking about this shit maybe like, I don't know, 60 days ago. Like, not that long ago, I was just like, yo, you should do Can't Talk I'm Creating podcast because, like, there's not a podcast for creatives and, like, artists and, like, up-and-coming people to, like, go to every week to, like, learn shit. And, like, Can't Talk I'm Creating is already, like, a clothing brand. Like, that's so cool. And he was like, I bet. And then I came here and there's cameras and fucking waffles and he's got the drip on. And I'm like, bro, this was in my mind. And then I told him and he just... boom, ordered all. The next day, he's like, all right, I ordered this. I was like, you fucking move fast, okay. And then, like, got the couches and got the shits.
Because I've realized if I wanted to do a podcast for how I started making
you
YouTube
just
videos
needed, like, the spark to something.
And I just acknowledge, like, if you want there's something to work, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
Like we could just talk about how dope it would have been forever. I know people who are still talking to this day about how dope it would be to do something.
Yeah.
And they're just telling me every day how dope it would be to do it. And I am waiting. No, it would be dope to do it. Why don't you do it?
Just do it, or just do it wherever
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
looking.
that's
Just do
your
it.
camera,
Just
yeah,
do
yeah.
it. You heard? Do it. Get that content. Post.
Dang, I love how I feel like this podcast is going to be a thing about how, like, all we do is just tell people to post content.
This is 2 days.
They need to, though.
Very similar themes in the first 2 podcasts for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like, I don't know, just like stay to yourself or create a team. You feel me? Build a team.
But you don't
Get
need a
content.
team.
You don't need a team.
Don't feel like you need anybody or anything.
But it's nice to have a team, though.
yeah.
But I think the best way to build a team is start doing it.
Yeah.
Don't try to get a team if you
Do
don't start
something
nothing.
and build the team around it. Don't feel like I can't start this until I build a team.
Yeah.
All right, well,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I will agree 100%. A team is the only way to take it to the next level. Wave change won't grow if I didn't build a team, but I didn't not do anything until I built a team. I just did it every day, and by doing it, it'll be a lot easier to tell who you want to do it with, who you should do it with. It's so easy for me to go like, okay, I want to work with this person, don't want to work with this person, because I know what needs to get done and what I need to do. So I agree. Building a team is so important, but
but there's like certain people like, and this is for the people that are watching us right now and they're just still not posting. Like some people like need a team as like that motivation.
Yeah.
That's why like I say like either do it yourself or build a team. You feel me? Then get content with that team or yourself. You feel me? Or if you want to do it yourself, get content, then build a team, you know what I'm saying? Or build a brand, then build a team. However you want to do it, but at the end of the day, it's like, you know, like just be consistent. In whatever
100%.
You're doing.
And like I said, a team is the most important thing, but also don't let you gotta be very like I can't if Steve starts slacking, I can't let that hold me back.
Never.
And you need to be able to, like I said, you build a team pretty like by just doing it consistently.
Hold your own ground.
And like I'm kind of losing the point I was going off of. But yeah, it like be careful who you're around, because like a lot of people will. You got to be able to recognize like, all right,
You need a little
you
snake,
need to
little
grow.
in the
Because
grass.
like not everyone's right. There's tons of directors. Like I know tons of people and tons of directors, and I worked with other directors prior to Steve. But there's a reason Steve was the first person. It took 4 years of doing it professionally before expanding and then bringing on Jose. And it was a lot easier after like working with Steve and connecting with Steve to then know. When I one shoot with Jose, I think the first shoot he brought was the Wawa shoot.
Yeah.
And right from that shoot,
Right
from that shoot, I was like, okay, word, I could work with Jose. And then it's just about
Those pictures
knowing
were
that.
fire. I remember those.
And then that person, and then Jose showing that he wants to do it, because it has to go both ways. Because I could say I want to work with Jose, and then I could just fight to work with Jose. But if he was not putting in that same effort, there's only a certain level I can go wanting to work with him, that it's like if he's not going to do it, and luckily he did it, and that's why he's part of the team.
Just to add to that, before I even introduced Jose to you, I brought him to like 3 shoots because I wanted to make sure he was even willing to do it without me having to push him to do
Wow,
it.
yeah. So you had like an external
So that's
person
why
who
like,
already
build-
like
a
pre-validated.
good way if you're looking to build a team, like I said, at least have a like start something in the sense of like you're an artist, you want to build a team, like have something going on, so then you're able to vet people easier than just meeting someone and being like, oh word, all right, you're gonna be my photographer. Just do some photo shoots with them first.
Definitely like in my earlier stages, like years ago, probably like 4 years ago, I was doing that. I was just like meeting people, and I'm like, yo, let's just do this.
Yeah, just collabing.
Yeah, let's do this and let's do that, and like, don't do that. Don't do that. You feel me?
From like what sense? And
like I just feel like, all right, so like maybe like 5 years. I'm bad with time, super bad with time. Like my brain is fried for real.
You're gonna say 5 years was like yesterday.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But like I'm saying, like I've definitely like, you know, like met somebody and I'm like, yo, like let's you know, like for instance, I knew an artist, I'm not gonna say his name. You know who I'm talking about. You feel me? And like, you know, like whatever. Like I worked with him or whatever. And I'm like, yo, bro, like let's work, you feel me? Let's you know, just drop on music and do all this stuff. And literally he just like, I don't know, he just wasn't really in it for real. Like, but I invested so much like energy and time into
I think
working with that person. That's horrible. Like,
I mean, yeah, that goes to my point of like you gotta have you gotta have your. That's what I think the most important thing is, just to start on your own, to have a system to then where it's like just like using me and Steve as an example. I had a system going where if Steve was slacking, it was like it's not gonna hold me like I'm not gonna invest. Like I get wanting to invest in that person and believe in that person, but if they're not putting that in, it's like you're only gonna hurt yourself by investing that time in them. That's why you gotta have your system going where it's like Steve could have been slacking and like that might have fucked. I gotta be like, damn, I really want to work with Steve, but like to him on the outside, he would have only seen Wave Change consistently continuing to do it without him, and it almost puts on like if you want to do this, you got to prove you want to do this. It's like I'm not gonna sit. I'll extend a hand out. I'll say, yo, I'm doing this shoot. You can pull up. I'll pay you. Do whatever. If that, but like if you don't, I'm not relying. I'm gonna make sure that shoot runs if that person doesn't pop up. If they come, boom, and if they come multiple times, then we can. But build a system where it's like, going forward now, I think the better way would be you want to work with those artists, you want like you believe in this your boy, whatever. You go, yo, I'm going to the studio today. I'm dropping a song. If you come, do it. If he doesn't come, you're just gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll indefinitely extend a hand.
Don't
There's
depend
people
on no.
that I'll send down like, yo, you want to like come to do a shoot, come on set, come do whatever, and I'll like whether they come or not, I'll continue to just extend the hand out. Because one day, if they finally decide and they show up, then they show up again and they show up again. But I think you got to have that system there. That it's like, damn, that sucks that that you're investing this time, but you're not losing anything by that person coming because that time was also invested into you. Like it was you, and if they came, they would grow too. But
you're losing energy though, which is why you shouldn't make the decision in the first place.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't rely on that person to like, damn, I'm not dropping music. Like I'm dropping music. I'm doing this shit. Like I want to do it with you, and look at me. I'm consistently dropping. We could just do this. And if they don't come,
don't invest time into people that don't want it as bad as you or more than you.
Don't invest time into people who don't invest time into themselves.
That's the other thing right there. But that kind of goes with the point of like Steve inviting Jose to shoots prior to see that he was gonna invest in it before he brings it to like you got to vet people. That's why I think people are quick to jump on like just because somebody's dope at what they do, they might not be right for you. It might just not click. You got to vet people, and I think the best way to vet people is to have a system and then bring them in. It's like I record every day, like, and this engineer wants to work with you. I record on this day. You come to the studio. If you want to engineer it, feel free. But if they don't pull up, you have something like find a way to vet these people in a system you have going. So it's almost like I don't need you. You got to prove why we should work. You got to prove to like that doesn't mean like it's not a negative way. It's just you got to prove you're going to be doing this. I wouldn't have brought Steve into the team if Steve wasn't actively doing this and wanting to do this and coming to shoots and I think that you got to like you said. I think that was a good point. Don't invest time into somebody who won't invest time into themselves.
I say that shit on my podcast all the time.
And that goes to the same people selling dreams of like, how I can blow you up and I can do all this stuff. It's like, how is somebody saying that?
20%.
Somebody who hasn't blown up.
No, we're gonna put a little whiteboard here or something with sticky notes when we start making like our like 10 or however many commandments of just the music industry. Thou shall not ever listen to someone who says, I can blow you up. What the does that even mean? Like anybody who was actually blown up understands that's not something that one human man, you're not God, can do. You can't just push a button.
Whoa. Drake exists, bro. What do you mean?
All right. If Drake's saying that to you, that's a different story.
Right.
But would Drake really need to say that?
But I think
Would he be the one sitting here? I can
just look at it like
he
the
knows
person
that, you
saying
know that.
Look at where the person who's saying that is. They can only,
Drake.
at the very most, they can only bring you to the level
that they are at. Yeah.
Exactly.
If they could, in my opinion, if they could bring you farther, why? Like they. Well,
you can't bring nobody farther if you ain't even been there. That don't make
you can
no
only
sense.
bring, and even in that sense,
that's like
in that sense, a person can only bring you, and the chances that they even bring you to where they are is very low because, like even Drake, use Drake as like the example. No, I guarantee you, no matter how much Drake puts somebody on, he can't make another Drake. He could make another established artist, but they're not like, say Drake's here, he might bring someone up to here, but like, so I guarantee you Drake's not the one hitting you up saying, I can blow you up.
Because somebody can, because here's the thing, right? If that whole education thing, meaning that you only got to where you are based off of the education that you have and the experiences that you have, if you had more education and experience, you would be further. That's how you got where you were. So what he's saying is that somebody cannot bring you farther than where they are because they don't even have the education and knowledge to go where they're saying they can bring you because they're not there. What the f*** is that?
A fan just started tweaking.
It's the devil. He's mad. I'm dropping gems.
Yeah, the industry. They're
devil, get behind me. Turn it off. I don't fuck with that.
Yo, YB and Namir probably DM'd like 100 artists saying, yo, I'm gonna blow you up. And it's just crazy.
That's the other thing, right? If they're coming to you saying they can blow you up,
run.
And I'll tell you right now, chances are, it's not the artist. It's probably one of these random people that claim to be their manager sending out the DM.
I've been one of those people. I could have done it. I could have been one. I'm not to. I'll just do it. He's never gonna say. I could have DM'd hundreds of people as being like, if you send me $200 right now, I'll put you on this whatever.
Yeah, I'll put
and
you in a
just
story
took
for like
all
12
of their
hours.
money. I could have done that, but it's crazy.
Shout out to Steve for having
There's
integrity.
really people out here like me that run these crazy accounts. Like, and this is for most people on social media. Whoever you look up to is probably not running their social media. So don't look at their social media and be like, "Oh, I'm talking to this person." It's probably someone like me.
Yeah. I had spent money on my social media for a while, but I didn't really like it. I never liked it because it was like me and them. So then it'd be weird because then
Yeah.
somebody would be in the middle like, oh, and I'm like, I don't really like that.
When you get
like,
to a certain level, somebody's going to have to at some point. But right now, it doesn't make
they
sense.
don't
'Cause
have
you're
to.
Nah,
still-
they don't have to. I would have somebody like if I
You're
ever
gonna
had
want
someone in
them
my
to.
account again, I would want them to like look out for like business shit because
Yeah.
there are a lot of business DMs. Cool, you go after those. But if it's like active people who fuck with my music,
I
I
don't
want
even
it.
know
I
if
also
I want
think, like,
that.
advertising
I
and
also
stuff,
think
though.
something
You're
that
gonna
comes
start
with-
posting sponsored stuff. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
At some point, and then you're gonna bring someone in that's
Oh
gonna
no,
want
to
to do
post
all
and
that.
stuff like that. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
But
I'm
like
saying.
for
To
the answering.
post,
Just to, like, if you get to a point where you have 1 million followers, right, and you have
I'm not doing
you
that.
have
I want
10
to post my damn
sponsorships, bro.
self.
Yeah.
It takes away from me doing the work for real, right?
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
can understand
But
that.
posting might take away from your work at some point if you get to a higher level.
Because when
I've
you
done it.
actually do the content, you get excited to really
Bro,
post
I've
it.
ran somebody's Instagram. Not gonna say who. You feel me? I'm not gonna give him that. It just seems like he just was lazy as fuck. Like, you feel me?
I mean,
and he had 1 million
it-
followers.
I mean,
Lazy.
yeah, but 1 million followers doesn't mean there's a lot going on.
Yeah, if they can
Some
afford
people
to-
do just be lazy, but some people have a lot going on, and a lot. I know, at least from I've seen from a lot of like established artists, it's just the toxicity of social media. It consumes a lot of your time. Like Steve's saying, when it gets to a point where you're touring, you have to be in all these cities, you have to be like. It becomes a point where it's like might not need that negativity and all these like outside voices. So almost going back to like a manager, it's a filter.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
I
like
get
you just get to use your Instagram how you want, but you're not looking at the messages, you're not looking at the comments and because it's just overwhelming and it just consumes. Like,
Yeah.
I'll put it to you like this. For example, when I was running TikTok, he was on tour the whole time. How is he gonna run his? How is he
Yeah.
gonna take away time from performing every single night, preparing for a show every single night to post
Yeah.
3 times a day on TikTok?
And that ready? And look at that. And we might have blurred. We might beep out who that artist
that's
name is.
cool, yeah.
But it's an established artist, and that artist is still
Posting
is
3 times
pressed.
a day.
That's another like all these established artists. People talk about I don't need to do content. I'm do this. Like all your favorite artists are doing content. I think a good example we just Kid Leroy we're
My
like
guy.
Jake the Shooter
X-Men,
just did content
I'm
with
the
him. It's
man
like
now. Drop that fucking song, bro.
everyone like content. It is what it is. When you drop a song, you got
But hate it on Apple Music and Spotify. I don't want to listen to it on SoundCloud. That's my Fill your heart up with hatred. Oh, wait, that's like a copy. Wait, but it's not out. Maybe it will get copyrighted. Drop it.
Yeah, and
Take
then
them
they're gonna
coins.
drop it one day, and they're gonna go back and
Ah!
flag this episode. 3 years later, we get a strike because Law sang this song.
I
in the
know. Just
podcast.
cut it out. Just cut it out.
I don't know. Artists need to just put in work, man.
Yeah, I
put in
think
work.
that's all it is. You got to treat it like people just had like too much ego and not even ego and like in too much of a negative sense. Just thinking like you don't like you just got to put in the work. That's all. Like, that's the secret.
Put in the work.
The
Yeah.
secret is a year straight of posting and putting the work in. I guarantee you. After a year of doing it every single day, I guarantee you'll look back and be like, oh shit, okay.
To
And
wrap
then you're
it
gonna
up,
be just another artist telling artists to do content and saying the same thing.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, damn, these people aren't listening to me. But that's when shit changed.
managers
hopefully-
won't blow you up.
Some people are like can come back on episode 100 and be like, damn, started posting content and now I'm doing XYZ. I'm doing this.
Now I got a manager and they're taking 20%.
20%.
I'd love to have on episode 100 bring in an artist who was like, yo, I watched episode 2
Yeah,
and I
and this is
started
my
doing
manager.
content.
And he's taking 20%.
We gotta make
The
that a
office is
sound
like-
bit on this. Just 20%.
Right?
Hey,
But
yo.
like, come in on episode 100 and be like, yo, I started making content because episode 2, and now I'm here and I have this following. I'm doing this.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Maybe it's you watching this right now. Be that person that
Yeah.
on episode 100, you're like, yo,
I'm
now
gonna
I'm
be
doing
there.
all this because I did content consistently.
Look, artists, I'll help you grow. I'll give you gems.
Just
You know
give
what
him
I'm saying?
20%.
Don't give me 20%.
He'll blow you up.
I don't want your 20%.
Teenonami will blow you up. He'll make you fit. You'll be Drake.
Tomorrow.
All right, look, in that case, I'll take 50%. In that case, I'll take 50%.
I'm afraid of that number.
100%.
Oh,
50% is crazy.
I've seen a contract with 100% in it before.
Oh
and
my
I vomited in my mouth.
God.
I vomited in my mouth, and then I couldn't breathe for like several minutes, and I had to get resuscitated.
How does somebody feel
Slavery.
so comfortable saying 100%?
Slavery.
Because
It's
they're gonna
slavery.
blow
Even
you up.
50%.
Because you're not gonna have a career if you don't sign to me. Come sign to Wave Change.
Blow
sign,
you up.
Sign to Wave Change for 100%. We'll take 100%. You get
Could've been
0,
records.
What a great deal.
and we'll give you nothing. We're not even doing. You have to pay us for the content. But you could sign to Wave Change, or you could say you have a manager, and you could say Wave Change manages you.
But we're
And you'd
taking
be-
everything.
We're giving. You give us 100%, and we don't give you anything.
Facts.
And
The music industry.
I'm about to sign right now.
and we'll tell you who you have to pay for other
Yeah.
services.
That sounds like
Heartbreak,
a great
heartbreak
idea.
wave.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right. Well, on that note, I think it's a good place.
Good
to
place
end
to
it.
end. Yeah, managers won't blow you up. You got to do it yourself. Be consistent.
Episode 2. Nobody's coming to save you.
Part 2, aka managers
Yo.
won't save you.
Maybe we gotta rename the podcast to "Nobody's Coming to Save You."
No, this is
That
about
is
managers.
crazy.
This whole episode
What
was
is the
about
title? We
management.
should end it on what we think the title should be.
Mm,
What's a real manager? Question
yeah,
mark.
what's a real manager? A manager won't blow you up, or like, here's why a manager won't blow you up.
A real manager could blow you up though.
Yeah.
If they're doing their job.
That's
though.
true.
What's
Yeah,
a
but
real
they
manager?
can't-
So
Question mark.
What's a
Yeah,
real
what's a real
manager?
Yeah, they
manager?
can't blow you up without your participation though. Which see all the
That's-
stuff we talked about.
that's
Everything
true.
has to turn.
What's a
at the
real
same
manager?
time.
I guess.
A manager.
And then on the
Everybody
thumbnail, put
got-
a manager won't
a
blow you up.
manager cannot. A manager would be like a manager is like the NASCAR driver, and the artist is like the car. NASCAR driver cannot win a NASCAR race if the car does not work and operate at
That's true.
optimal. If it runs less than other cars, it
You
will
had
lose.
me a little on the left with that, but I let you keep going.
I
And I was
mean,
like, okay.
I think the point's there,
I was
but
like, I was like, okay.
if the car stops working,
Yeah.
the driver
The driver-
cannot-
yeah.
there's
There's no-
nothing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, and then the manager got to make sure that the oil is, you feel me?
That
And if you just,
driver's
and
not
if
doing
I
a
just get in a
bender or
NASCAR,
something.
if I just claim a NASCAR
There's
driver,
gas in there.
if I just claim I'm a NASCAR driver and get behind a NASCAR,
Oh my
I will
God.
probably crash.
Yo,
Much like if I just
whoa.
claim I'm a manager and get behind an artist, I probably would not be able to use the car to its best abilities. So you need a good NASCAR driver and a working car.
And so a lot of the
Facts.
car, the artists, it's like the working, and it makes me feel like the managers are like the stars because they're the drivers.
Oh,
and, like,
wait, hold
the,
up.
The artists are like
Don't
the working
flip it.
force.
You're reading too much into it. Just take the.
It's because I'm an artist, and I'm like, damn, you would say that because, but that's not true. Okay.
Your managers don't control us.
A
Cannot
manager.
control me.
A manager needs to
Control.
manage things.
Yeah,
If you're not doing anything for the
yeah,
manager to
yeah.
manage, you're just giving somebody a percentage. Just take a percentage.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Can't Talk I'm Creating episode 2. Go cop the merch. Link in the description.
Go say hello to Waffles.
Wait, is that his name though?
No.
Waffles?
Is that really
I
gonna be
don't
his
think
name?
we're
For
decided
now, I
on it.
think until
Whoa, we weren't solid on that. I loved Waffles.
this
I like
episode-
Waffles, but like
for this episode at
they
least.
said
Yeah,
that
for
they
this
was gonna do
episode,
like a
Waffles.
thing.
We'll
so
see
I
if
ain't
it
gonna-
sticks.
Yo.
We'll see if it sticks.
All right, Waffles.
If somebody on the Wave Change
Manifesting.
Instagram comes up with a good one, we're gonna have to.
I
take
gotta
it.
get some scissor
Well,
for
we're
Waffles.
manifesting right now. Waffles. You
I
got
love
the
you
law
too.
hat
That's
on.
crazy.
Well,
That's my guy.
Law, Teenonami, want to shout yourselves out? Where they could find you? You know, the usual end of the
Instagram.
podcast things.
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Law and Music. My podcast is the Ladies Always Win podcast. This guy be there. You don't see him. He's behind the camera. But if you like all this shit, you'll probably maybe like how that looks. So yeah. Boom.
I'm Teenonami on everything, especially Instagram. And you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on everything else. And I like you guys. You feel me? You guys like me, and we like each other.
We're a happy
you can find them
creative
both doing
family.
Content every day.
This guy about to fucking haunt you down, bitch. I seen the way he
I
looked at the
want
camera.
artists to just have hear my voice in nightmares.
Every time that fucking
Content.
wave the heartbreak, my fucking edge is about to I'm not just glowing back because I'm like, jeez. This
I mean,
man
maybe
is
one day artists will start
snatching
doing
waves.
content, and I'll have to stop saying it.
And you artists, if you need gems and stuff, you feel me? Like watch the podcast and tap into
That's
the
what it's
company too. You feel me? I
here
won't
for.
take 20%. I don't want that. You heard? I want to help.
Brah, brah, brah.
We all here to help.
There's enough room for all creatives. That's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
All right, well, tune in next week for probably gonna rant more about content.